Hey guys, what is up? So today we are diving into the two podcasters, Zack Peter and Adam from Up and Adam. And we're also going to dive into or talk about Adam's husband, Jason, as well. So if you don't know who the two podcasters are, they are doing great out here in these streets. They are very successful. Zack Peter, he has a podcast on Spotify called Zack No Filter. I believe that's the name of the podcast, which I listen to. And then Adam has a YouTube channel called Up and Adam. And I'm sure they have like other stuff going on, yada, yada, yada. But for the most part, they get a lot of views, a lot of listeners. They have a lot of subscribers. And they're basically under the Bravo umbrella. Now, the two podcasters, to summarize it, because I already made a video about them a month or two ago, so I will leave that video in the description below if you want to know like the details, how everything transpired. I'm just going to summarize it real quick so we can talk about what happened recently. So real quick, you guys know Sheena from Vanderpump Rules. She had a podcast a long time ago now at the Bourbon Room. Adam from Up and Adam, he was the MC, did the Q&A, was funny, did a really great job. And another person that attended that event was Zack Peter. So Zack tells the story that after Sheena's show, everyone wanted to congratulate her. So he goes upstairs, or he finds Sheena and congratulates her and kind of gives her that message, hey, people are downstairs. He realizes that MJ is also in that same group as Sheena. And he also realizes that in that group with MJ, he also sees Adam from Up and Adam. You know, he has this conversation with MJ. Should I go over there to congratulate Adam? I don't know. Should I? I'm paraphrasing, of course. And MJ told him something along the lines, MJ from Shaws of Sunset told him something along the lines of, yeah, you should. Long story short, Zack goes up to Adam to congratulate him, and it just was not really received well. Apparently, Adam ignored Zack, and it was just kind of like, you know, who are you type of vibes. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's pretty much what happened. Adam ignored Zack. So after that rejection, which I stated in the last video, that was Zack's cue. That was Zack's message to just keep it moving, enjoy the rest of the night, and have a good time. Instead, Zack took it upon himself, placed himself in a position to talk to Jason, Adam's husband. From where I'm sitting looking at the situation, if Adam was going to ignore you, what makes you think it was okay to then talk to his husband? Make it make sense, okay? So you can understand after all that, you know, it went from hell there, you know? Words were said, both guys were being petty. I mean, that situation was a Zack Peter situation because he had no business talking to Adam's husband after Adam refused to talk to him. Like, it was the wrong place and time, if you asked me. Now, a few things to take away from that story is that Zack wants everyone to know that he did not get kicked out of the Bourbon Room. He actually has future live shows there. So I do believe that, you know, he's obviously welcome back because he has shows there after he got kicked out, right? Zack also wants people to know that, no, he did not throw a glass of Chardonnay or break a glass, whatever. That's a false accusation. And this is very interesting, but Zack did say in his lives or his live stream that Adam, one of like the pettiness remarks Adam told Zack was, kick him out of here. He's just a fan. He's just a fan. And I was listening for Adam, we're going to get into this video, Adam to kind of say, no, I didn't say that, or this is where I take accountability or anything. And I didn't get that or hear anything like that. Now, BravoCon happened, and I actually attended BravoCon. It was really nice. You know, flew out to Las Vegas, and it was a really fun experience. Had a really great time. And during BravoCon, Zack Peter, he decided to go on this Weight Watcher bus. It seemed like it was a brand trip with Peter Magical. Other content creators or people were on that bus as well, right? And apparently Zack, he had posted up a photo on his social media, and Jason was like in the background, and he put a sticker on Jason's face and said something along the lines of, "I'm not stealing any boyfriends or husbands this weekend," something like that, playing into that narrative that Zack is into Jason, Adam's husband. So I was like, okay, like, I get that Zack is trying to make fun of the situation, but the problem is that when he makes fun of a situation that involves other people, it doesn't just stop there. It goes to that other people. So obviously, Jason and Adam, they both received screenshots or photos, information of what Zack did or what Zack posted, and they weren't too happy about that. And I will say that was very shady on Zack's part to sit there, BravoCon weekend, and to post up a photo of Jason, Adam's husband, and put a sticker on his face and say, "No husbands stolen this weekend," something along those lines. I get that he was probably just trying to be funny, but that was also very shady, because the reality is that he's not friends with these people. They have a huge falling out. Hey guys, so editing me real quick. I don't know if you guys watched Zack's live stream when he was discussing his argument with Adam at the Bourbon Room during Sheena's live show, or after the live show. But if you can recall, I think it's also in the last video that I talked about them as well. But there was a point where Zack was explaining the argument, explaining the fight, what took place, and he mentioned that he called Adam babe, or something like that, like babe, and Zack's defense was, "Oh, I always call like everybody babe. I always call, my friends babe," or whatever. Because during the argument, it was Zack who shared with us, that Adam was the one who was like, "Stop calling me babe, or whatever." And Zack kept on calling him babe.
So Jason and I are kind of talking through all this thing very calmly, very calmly. Nobody's getting amped up. Nobody's getting heated. We're all kind of just having, this conversation. So Adam then sees Jason and I talking, immediately darts over to us and is like, "This is not happening." And I look at him and I turn to him and I'm like, "Babe, we're not having a bad conversation. Like, we're actually having a good, like, we're talking through some things and I think this is good." He's like, "No, you're not talking through anything." He starts putting his finger in my face and starts raising his voice at me. And he's like, "And don't babe me." He's like, "Don't babe me and don't give me flowers. I don't need any of that from you." And I'm like, "My love, I don't know what is happening right now, but like, I'm very confused as to this aggression that's coming at me. Like, I literally just saw you and like paid you a compliment. I get it. You didn't want to receive it or whatever, but like, that was genuine. It wasn't in front of a bunch of people. Like, I wasn't doing it to like, I literally was like, 'You're here, I'm here. Hi, by the way, I just want to say you did great. Hope you have a good night.' Whatever." I did say babe and my love. Brittany in the live chat. I did say that's how when I talk to my friends, I say babe, I say my love, I say love. Like, that's how I, speak to my friends.
And this struck out to me because, when Zack posted that shady post of Jason in the background and said, "No husbands are going to be stolen this weekend." I'm paraphrasing, something along those lines. It was inappropriate. Let's be real. Like, it was very shady. There was nothing cute about it. It was inappropriate, right? Now, I definitely for sure would not compare Zack to what Adam and Jason are comparing him to, but I will say that it does seem like Zack likes crossing boundaries. And I did want to address one more thing before I get into this video of Adam and Jason addressing allegations. If Zack wants to post anything about Jason or Up and Adam, he definitely has that right to do that. Zack has been criticized a lot for talking about Up and Adam, right? But if there's a drama going on, like there was recent drama going on where Up and Adam, he had an interview with someone associated with the Real Housewives of Miami, and there was a lot of controversy going on with that interview, and Zack is allowed to respond. So I don't think just because those two have beef that he can't also respond the same way like everyone else in the community is responding to. Feel me? So I don't think that's right, and it's very important to realize, because I believe someone in this community needs to, distinguish the two. Trolling and actually, commenting on a a situation that happened in the community. So Zack Peter, he is allowed to talk about this controversy interview that never even aired, right, with Up and Adam, and someone associated with the Real Housewives of Miami. You know, Zack is allowed to respond on that because everyone was talking about it in the community, right? But then there's trolling when you post Adam's husband and be like, hey, no, I'm not stealing any husbands this week. And that's two different things. So to sum it up, I believe Zack knows that he was just wrong and shady for that husband remark, period. And I think it's also important to mention that there were two main reasons to why the two podcasters fell out. The first reason is because they were offered a Spotify deal, and due to money reasons, it's sounding like, Adam decided he didn't want to pursue the deal. Zack wanted to. That's always been his dream. And Zack ended up getting what he wanted because now he's on Spotify. The reason why Zack brings up the Spotify deal is because he's saying it's not that Adam declined the offer. He's saying it's the way Adam went about it. And apparently he went about it in a very shady, unprofessional manner. And now to sum up, the second reason to why the two had a falling out was due to brbvocon last year of 2022. Adam apparently got mad at Zack, asking, you know, did you tell someone, yada, yada, yada. Zack says no. I mean, the two were petty. There was apparently a rumor about Adam at the time. And so Zack goes on to say he used that rumor in this nasty text message that he sent Adam. Adam then shared this text message to other creators, content creators, etc. So those were like the two main reasons that these two had a falling out. Okay, guys, so this video that Adam and Jason put out about addressing the allegations, I'm sorry, this video was very frustrating to watch as a viewer, and let me tell you why. If you were going to flat out just accuse someone of the reasons to why you're receiving anti-Semitic comments, where did you get it from? Like, I'm so confused. Like, they start off this video and they're just like, I've been receiving, you know, all these comments of, you know, these hateful comments and anti-Semitic comments. And I'm like, okay. And my grandpa, you know, he's received so much hate before his passing. And, you know, I'm like, okay. And nothing. Like, I understand that there's going to be a lot of situations in life where you're not going to be able to just show proof on the screen because other people may be involved, but this video was for the other people on the side of the screen. And you sat there and was like, the person who we're not going to name, but you guys know exactly who we're talking about, is the reason why we're receiving a bunch of anti-Semitic comments, but are not giving like a straight out reason to how this happened. Like, there's a disconnect. I'm sitting here listening and I'm like, where are you getting this from? Like, okay, you receive DMs. Is it just from people who you don't know? Because newsflash, no matter how small of a creator you are or big of a creator, people are always going to send you things that are the most awful, heinous things known to man. I mean, people do it all the time. I got videos, I'm nobody, and I have videos made on me from last week or the week before. Like, dude, like, I can vibe with an explanation of, because of the people involved, we don't feel comfortable sharing yada, 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 but they gave nothing. And I think that's very irresponsible to sit there and accuse someone of such a heinous thing and you don't have squat to back it up. You don't even have a statement of, I don't want to involve these people and yada, yada, yada. You don't even have that. And to me, that was very concerning. And you know what was also concerning? The fact that they compared Zack Peter to the movie Swim Fan. Are you out of your mind? That movie will always stay in my mind from elementary school, 4th grade. But I'm like, what? Did we really bring back a 2002 film? And the two of them both were like, yeah, this is definitely giving Swim Fan vibes. No, it's not. Do we have to watch Swim Fan? I think it's on YouTube. I think it's on Hulu. But please, if you had the time and you're old enough and all of that stuff, watch Swim Fan. Because let me tell you, from what I remember, it was a high school It was centered around a high school guy who was on the swim team. You know, he was very popular, gonna, you know, make it in the swimming world. And he ended up hooking up with this girl in the pool while he had a girlfriend, and she could not let him go. And, you know, the girl was like running people off of the road. She was so obsessed. Like,
Then Cronin thought he had it all.
Scouts are coming next week.
It might actually happen, huh?
And a bright future.
So, Madison Bell.
But he never imagined
What are you doing here?
one moment
Okay, I want you to.
could change everything.
This is my boyfriend, Ben Cronin.
Amy just can't stop talking about her perfect boyfriend.
Amy, where is she?
She's not good enough for you.
this isn't Swim Fan. It's giving me, you need to really keep your ears clean when you listen to them, and you really need to take things with a grain of salt when you listen to them. If they're exaggerating that Zack Peter is so obsessed with them, just like they're comparing it to Swim Fan. So just so we can be organized with thoughts in their video so far, they accused Zack of the reason why they're receiving anti-Semitic comments and messages, DMs, etc. They compared Zack's obsession with them, compared it to the movie Swim Fan. And the only good point they really do make is it was unnecessary for Zack to make that comment, post a photo of Jason and say, oh, I'm not, stealing any husbands this weekend.
The rumor is, and I didn't even see this person at this meet and greet. I guess this person showed up at this meet and greet to take a photo with some of the other creators and leave. But I didn't see this person there. But there was a picture taken of me and put on their social media, which is, I guess, apparently a joke. But it's like, why don't you just come up and say something?
You know what?
I don't like the people who hide behind the camera and they can't come to you in face to face and say something or confront something or talk about something. I'm just not raised like that.
I just want to say really quick, I want to add in that I had somebody who told me about this and I wasn't aware because I don't have access to said content creator, but I heard that this was a joke and it's like, oh my God, we're getting upset about this. You can't play smart and stupid at the same time. You can't be a villain and be a victim. You have to pick a side. And in this moment, you wanted to encourage some sort of negative reaction. That is the only reason to do that, because I don't take pictures of you. My husband doesn't take pictures of you. And also, unless it was like a before or after, I'm not trying to be snarky or anything like that. I don't understand you taking a photo and then posting it and then going on a live and then saying, oh, well, it was a joke. It's not a joke. We're not friends. It's not a haha moment.
That was very inappropriate for Zack. That was trolling on Zack's part. So I can understand their frustration. I can understand why they're very upset. And then they may have a point with this. Apparently there was a live show that was happening and Zack was doing this live show with another comedian and they wanted to call Adam on stage while they were live, knowing that Adam at the time was burying his grandfather. Now, if this is true, what Adam is saying, that Zack weaponized the passing of Adam's grandfather for content, for clout, for views, then that's effed up. I have no idea if this is true or not. Like, is there any evidence? Because it just seems like every single time Zack is accused of doing something, he's always like, where's the proof? Where did I say this? Where did I do this? And then there's like no delivery. Like there's no receipts. And look, as much as I take notes on this stuff because I went to school, I may have missed it, but just let me know if that's true, because if that is proven to be 100% true, then Zack was definitely wrong for that period. In this video, Jason goes on to say also that, and for some reason I believe this, just on a human level, when you're listening to a video, you're like, in my gut, this is right. And I truly do believe that this was true. So Jason goes on to say that he made a tribute to Adam's grandfather, made a video, and Zack, I'm assuming he's talking about Zack because in this video, they don't name names. It's very ridiculous. I get they don't want to be sued, but they can just, they're content creators, okay? They can just say allegedly, but I get they don't want to get sued, but it makes it more like are they really talking about Zack? You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm assuming they're talking about Zack. And they say that when Jason had made this tribute, it was a video about Adam's grandfather. Supposedly, Zack was going on saying that they're just using this for sympathy, for attention, etc., right? And they took issue with that for obvious reasons. So if Zack did say this, and it does, to me, like I said, I don't have any proof that he did or he didn't. But listening to this story, it did feel like on a human level in my gut. I felt like if there was one thing that was truthful in this video, this felt pretty truthful. It felt like, oh, really? He really did say that? You can meet people in real life, and how they are in real life can definitely be how they are not online. And I definitely have met my fair share for sure. So, you know, I'm not pretty sure what to take with that other than I do believe that happened just watching the video. Now, to kind of sum up the beef with Up and Adam and Zack in this video, Adam questions Zack, what is the goal here? Do you want me to not have a business? Do you not want me to succeed? Like, he's kind of like, what is the end goal? So he does ask Zack that. My question is there ever going to be a moment where they can just kind of have a conversation? And now I understand I have my fair share of beef, even online beef. So I understand there's people who you're just not going to like. But these two, it does seem like they're going to be in the same circle for quite some time. So they might as well just get along. I don't believe that Zack is obsessed with Up and Adam and Jason. I also don't believe, because Adam says this in the video, that, oh, the only time like he talks about us, that's when his views go up. Like most of his videos where his views are high is about us. That's not true. Like, you can just use your own eyes. I have 4. You can use your own eyes and go on his channel and stuff and look at a bunch of his views where he doesn't talk about them. So that's a false statement. And it just seems like this video was a red flag as well. I know the last video where I talked about Zack Peter, and Zack was just for sure in the wrong. A lot of people were like, oh, you like Up and Adam. I listen to everybody. And this channel, it's supposed to be what I think is right, what I think is wrong, and I'm giving my honest opinion. And let me tell you right now, this video was not it. It did not give anything to the people on the other side of the screen to understand where Up and Adam and Jason were coming from. All it did was, if anything, motivate people to send hate towards Zack Peter. Because once again, how can you say, oh, Zack is the reason why we're receiving anti-Semitic comments, and you're not explaining how that is? Even Zack Peter recently had a live where he was like, guys, and this was a members only live. I had to buy the live because I was like, where is he talking about this? And it wasn't a members only stream. So I bought that. It was $2.99. And I'm like, even in this private stream, he's like, hey guys, don't send any hate and yada yada. So I just think when you're online, you know, it's part of the job. Like, people are always going to send you comments. They're going to send you a bunch of things that you don't want to see. And you can either block them. I do a very great job at doing that myself. Or you can, you know, read the comments, respond, don't respond. But it's part of the gig, no matter how big or small you are. Once you put yourself out there online, you are open to criticism no matter what. This live that Adam and Jason decided that they were going to put out after a year and a half of not saying anything still said nothing. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. I will respond. I am just like, this don't make any sense. Like, every single time, you know, Zack Peter responds to them, he's like, well, where is the proof? Show me the proof. Show me, show me, show me. You know, like, and they complain about Zack, oh, he's talking about us on Twitter, or he'll delete his, like, he's allowed to do that. And I will admit, Zack needs to stop being a troll, but he is allowed to comment on things. You know what I mean? When you put yourself out online, people are allowed to respond. So anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye, guys.